Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to another after pill live stream. Good morning. What is today? Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. It's slightly cooler this morning, right? That fall weather starting to come in. It's almost hump day. It's almost hump day. What's going on with y'all? Y'all already seen the title, so y'all already have a clue about what we're about to get into. Today is going to be a great discussion. Today is going to be a nice discussion because we need to break down the stats. We need to break down, the true statistics and the data, right? Specifically for men with standards. So make sure you come on in and hit that like button, right? And also make sure you hit that link pinned to the top of the chat if you want to change the way that you think, if you want to understand how to survive in this upcoming new world, right? We're moving into a new world, whether you like it or not. If you want to just sit back and twiddle your fingers and let everything pass you by, right? Listen, I can't help you, but if you want to help yourself, if you want to help yourself, make sure, good morning, Jay. Make sure you hit that link. Make sure you hit that Patreon link. I'm changing minds over there. We already have a few members over there already, right? I just uploaded episode 4 to the Book of Forbidden Knowledge, right? If you sign up for the Book of Forbidden Knowledge, you also get the After Pill archives. You also get the After Pill archives, which I have 60 plus videos over there that are no longer on YouTube. Some of my best videos, some of my videos with the most knowledge packed videos. So make sure you hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to change your mind, you want to change how you think, you want to build that foundation, right, to make it into the new world. You want to hear knowledge that I'm not giving here on YouTube, make sure you hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. Hit that Patreon link, right? But today's gonna be a great discussion. Jay, fall and winter is my favorite season too. Man, I like it warm. I like it warm. I like it nice and mild. I really don't care. I really don't care for the cold temperature. I'm not a cold temperature kind of guy. It's really annoying, right? It's really annoying. I rather it be warm to hot, right? I can always cool myself down. But with winter, you got to wear multiple layers. Ninja, your fingers start swelling up because it's cold outside. Yeah, I don't like it. Not me, Ninja. Make sure y'all come on in and hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The Real Talk Vibecast, love from India. Shouts out to India. Shouts out to all the Indians. We all over the globe. The Afterpill all over the globe. So shouts out to everybody. So let's go ahead and start this off with the creed of the outlier. I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build what others were too weak to imagine. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me, but I didn't bend and I didn't fold and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd. I walk above it, right? I walk above it. I see through masks and I speak with conviction forged in pain and clarity. Every betrayal card focused into my soul. Every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My mission is not optional. My legacy is non-negotiable. And my time is coming. I am built for this and I will win. Hello from Australia. Shouts out to Australia. But we're going to go ahead and put the moderations on. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. The moderations are going on to prevent any of the riff-raff, right? Moderations are going on now. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. But y'all already seen the title, so y'all already understand what we're about to get into, man. Listen, the statistics are even darker than many men even realize. Let me repeat that. The statistics are even darker than many men even realize here in America. Here in America, right? First and foremost, we have an obesity issue amongst both men and women. But we're talking about women right now, right? We have an obesity issue. We have a health crisis going on in the United States, right? So when I say that the men with standards, dating is going to be absolutely impossible, right? Date Men with standards, dating is going to be damn near impossible because you're not going to run across the type of woman that you actually want, that you actually desire, right? And what kind of woman are you talking about, Tap? What kind of woman are you talking about? Well, let's break it down. I went over the stats, right? I went over the stats. So let's break it down. So let's see what kind of women are we talking about. So Z says I haven't found one yet, right? Jay says, dang, that sucks. So for you guys, and I'm not talking about you fat sloppalopasauruses, ninja. If you know that you haven't been in the gym, you know that you're not out here, pumping that iron. If you know that you're not out here taking care of your looks, you got your skincare routine, ninja. You out here making some decent money, ninja. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you slump busters. I'm talking to the guys who actually they have standards because they've made themselves something out here, right? So listen, we're just talking about 18 to 30, 18 to 30 for dating age, and I'm talking about the women, right? And why did I keep it between 18 and 30? Because who wants an old broad? To be honest with you, right? Who wants an old broad? Who wants an old chick? Nobody, right? Unless you done been with that chick for forever. Even still, ninja. Even still, if you've been with that chick for forever, ninja, your heart's desire, both of your hearts, ninja, both of your hearts are still gonna desire some young piece of dang on tail. All right, so we're gonna keep the dating age between 18 and 30 because that is the prime age that most men, the majority of men, find attractive. More like 22 to 30. No, ninja, 18 to 30. 18 to 30, right? Now, if you want to bump it up to 22 for, argument's sake, sure, whatever. Do you, ninja, do you. I get what you mean, though. 18, 18 is like, yeah, she too dumb. She too dumb to even realize, that she full of, never mind, right? So let's get to the statistics, right? So if we keep it at 18 to 30, okay, so roughly 40 million women in the U.S. fall in the age range of 18 to 30. So put this in perspective. Only roughly 40 million in the U.S. fall into the age range of 18 to 30. Blake Bradley said, we like them fresh. Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. So 18 to 30, only 40 million. So we're talking about a population of around, let's say, I think America is sitting at around 380 million people. 380 million people. So we're talking about 18 to 30 women, 40 million, right? So how many women are actually fit? How many women are in shape? Right? Now I'm not talking about you low self-esteem ass ninjas who like fat broads. Right? I'm not talking about you low self-esteem ninjas who like them big obese women. No, we talking about women who are in shape, right? She can be shapely, she can have some big old hips, she can have a big old, some big old buttocks, right? She can have some curves to her, but is she in shape? Is she in shape? So it gets even darker. The CDC data shows only about 30% are at a healthy BMI. So remember, I just told you from 18 to 30 is already 40 million. 40 million women out of 380 odd million in the United States of America. So you take that 40 million and then you calculate how many women are actually in shape, right? How many women are actually in shape? So out of that 40 million, the CDC, based on statistics, only 30% of women between that age range are at a healthy BMI. So what does that leave us? That leaves us with 12 million. That leaves us with 12 million women, right? We have cities in the United States, right? Our major cities with more than 12 million, right? So we're talking about 12 million women who are in shape spread out across the United States. Hey, yeah, you better get blocked. Get off my channel with all that stupid shit. Get off my channel with all that Fruit Loop junk. Get the hell off my channel. I hate people like that. Go get some money, ninja. Right? So fit, 12 million fit people, 12 million fit women. So this can be subjective. This can be subjective, right? How many of those women, how many of those women men actually find attractive, right? Beauty can be subjective. Beauty is in the hand of the beholder. But however, if I put a fine chick right here, and and she is actually fine, most of us would agree that she is fine. Okay. So when we're talking about actually, you know, let's say women between that 6.5 to 9 range. I don't believe in tens, right? So when we're talking about cute, when we talk about cute, pretty to beautiful, right? We're talking about 6.5s to 9s, right? 6.5s to 9, right? So these are the top 30% of women, top 30% of women. So out of those 12 million women who are in shape, right? Out of those 12 million women who are in shape, how many of those women men are actually attracted to, right? Top 30%. Top 30%. We'll bump it up to 35. So we're talking about four, Ninja, it gets even darker. We're talking about 4 to 5 million women. And I'm not done yet. Out of those 12 million who are in shape, 18 to 30, 40 million. We knock it down to women who are actually in shape, right? 12 million. Then we knock it out. We knock that down to how many of those women who are in shape are actually attractive, something that men will be attracted to, right? So that even knocks down to 4.5, 4 to 5 million. See, it's not just bad. See, it's not just bad on the man side. All the women are looking for the top tier men. Not saying that these women can't get knocked down, of course, because you ninjas be knocking down fat women too. You ninjas be knocking down slump busters. You ninjas be knocking down ugly ducklings too, ninja. All right, sometimes you go into a dry spell, right? Surprise Eagle Ray says, my workplace only 5% like now. Yep, prime time forward. Facts, it's crazy, right? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's get the likes up, right? So cute to pretty to beautiful, 6.5 to 9 range, right? So just like women want the top 20% of men, right? The top 10, the top 15 of men, they're rare. They're rare. So even men with standards, even men with standards. We're just talking about the United States. Now that drastically changes when you go somewhere overseas, right? So when you talk about places like Colombia, right? You're talking about you dang near see a 8, 9, and 10 on every single block, right? And these women, and you will see fat women, you will see out of shape women, but you'll rarely see that, right? You will rarely see it because so many women they pride themselves on their beauty, right? Because they care about the men, they care about the foreigners who are coming over there, right? And they also care about the men who are also native there. They care about how they look, so they take care of themselves, right? The women in America, they don't care about how they look, right? I know this seems strange to say, right? You would think that, oh no, well, I think that's they do care, right? They do care, right? But women in America, they do not care, right? Because they lean more into the feminine, the feminism way of looking at the world. So when it comes to men, they're not. You'll hear them say all the time, well, I'm not putting on this dress. I'm not putting on this dress for a man. I'm not putting on this makeup for a man, right? I'm not doing this for a man. I'm not doing that for a man. I'm doing it for myself. So a lot of these women, they do not care to get in the gym. One, because they're lazy in the first place. Two, because they really don't care about what men think. They don't care about how men view them or anything like that, right? Jay says at this point, all they have left is their look. But wait. But I'm not done. I'm not done. So okay, now we're sitting at around, let's say 4 million. We're sitting around 4 million. So now let's break it down based on what men have been complaining about, right? Men have been complaining about how masculine women are, right? In America, men have been complaining about how hard women have gotten in America, right? Many women are not friendly anymore, right? They'll look at you up and down, right? They ready to fight, right? They ready to go toe to toe, right? They ready to do this, that, and the third. They ready to do all of this stuff, right? Because now, like I said before, men are the new women, women are the new men, right? It's happening. It has already happened. It's already happening. It's going through every fabric of our society. It's happening right now. So, considering cultural trends, rise of hyper independence, and masculine traits in younger women, right? Let's conservatively say 30 to 40% of the fit and beautiful group are genuinely friendly and feminine. Ooh, y'all not gonna like this. Y'all not gonna like this, right? So they have to fit into the fit, beautiful, and friendly. Ages 18 to 30. We're talking about only, this sounds drastic, this sounds crazy, but this is real. Now it only leaves us 1 to 1.2 million women nationwide. Y'all didn't hear me. We're talking about if we equate 18 to 30, fit, cute, cute, pretty, and beautiful, and then we throw in friendly, non-masculine, that only leaves us 1 to 1.2 million women nationwide. And if you stay in any major city, your city population is probably not even 1.12, right? For some of you guys who probably stay in less populated areas. So let's say a major city like Dallas that has around, let's say 10 million people. 10 million people. Out of that 10 million, right? You have to break that down into the male and female ratio. So you're talking about, bro, you're not even it's only a handful. Hold on. But I'm not done. I'm not done. Hold on. It gets worse, right? So we already know that many young men, especially today, many men in general lean more conservative. It's about to get bad. It's about to get bad. So many men, they lean more conservative, right? Listen, it gets worse. So as we already know, we understand the facts. We understand the facts. Most younger women, they lean liberal. I've been saying this. I already told y'all this. I tell y'all this all the time, right? Even when you talk about older women, millennial women, right? Then you have undercover. You got women who will say they conservative for the sake of marriage, but actually lean more. They lean more towards the liberal side of things, right? It gets even worse. So now this is Pew Research. Now this is a very prominent research company, right? Pew Research shows about 25 to 30% of young women 18 to 30 lean conservative. Only 25 to 30% of young women 18 to 30 lean conservative or traditional. I keep telling y'all. I already told y'all this. Y'all keep thinking that y'all gonna get out here and get a traditional woman. Bro, y'all not getting traditional nothing. Especially Gen Z. Gen Z, you're done. Gen Z, you're done. You're not getting no traditional woman. These women, they'll fake the funk for a little bit, or they'll be traditional in certain ways or conservative in certain ways, but then mostly liberal, right? Mostly liberal. So according to Pew Research, it shows about 25 to 30% of women 18 to 30 lean conservative. Most younger women lean liberal. So this going to cut the pool. This going to cut the pool. So remember, we're at 1.5 to 2 million. So we're talking about fit, we're talking about friendly, we're talking about cute, beautiful, right? Cute, pretty, beautiful, right? Y'all not gonna like this. Y'all not gonna like this. That leaves us with 400,000 to 600,000 women. It is over. It is over. Clip this. Clip it. Y'all ain't heard nobody drop it. Y'all haven't heard anybody drop it, break it down like this. Right? Jay says they don't deserve the nut. This narrows it down to 400,000 to 600,000 women. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse, right? So first and foremost, out of 40 million women in the U.S. ages 18 to 30, only 400,000 to 600,000 women are fit, attractive, friendly, friendly, friendly and feminine, right? Friendly and feminine, and conservative and traditional. Come on now. So where does that leave us? That's roughly one in every 70 to 100 women you meet in that age bracket. 70 to 100 women you meet in that age bracket. Oh, it gets worse. And where are they mostly concentrated? Come on now. So we're talking about 400 to 600,000 women, right? Out of a population. So let's say out of the pool of 40 million, out of the pool of where are they mostly concentrated? The South and Midwest, clearly the Bible Belt. The Bible Belt, Ninja. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Utah, Idaho, the Dakotas, right, has a higher rate of fitness and traditional culture. And also college towns with religious roots. So we're talking about Baylor, which is in Texas, Liberty University, which is in Virginia, and then you got BYU, that's in Utah, and also rural and smaller cities, less cultural push towards liberal ideology and more family-focused environments. Ninja. So for you ninjas who like black women, yeah, it's over, Ninja. For you ninjas who wanted you a black queen, Ninja, is over with. Ninja. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, right? Okay, so we got black women in Texas and Florida and Tennessee, parts of Oklahoma, right? Parts of Oklahoma. Then when you talk about Utah, Idaho, and Dakotas, Ninja, you talking about snow bunnies at that point. Right, even in Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Ninja, this is snow bunny. This is snow bunny territory. Snow bunny water, right? This is snow bunny territory. Whitebot says nobody prefers B Dubs. Nobody. And that's what I was going to touch on too. So for you ninjas who you're like, I'm going to stick to black women. I'm gonna still get me one. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stay loyal to the gang and all of this stuff, ninja. You're gonna get your fat slapaloposaurus. And it's not and it's not quite frankly about race, right? It's just that when you go outside, ninja, you can see. When you go outside, that you can see, right? The majority of black women are extremely out of shape, right? When I come and don't get me wrong, when I come across a nice, beautiful, fit, petite black woman, oh, it's a spectacle. I'm like, dang girl, dang, where did you come from? You have to be an alien because you I don't see you around these parts, right? And it's mostly going to be in a gym, really. I mean, you'll come across them when certain, if you're in certain circles, you go into certain types of restaurants, right? Usually it's associated with higher class, right? All of this stuff. Unfiltered Grind was going on. Dan 22. Shouts out to Dan 22. Make sure y'all go check out Dan 22. He over there grinding over there on his YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go and check it out, right? Jay says, I saw one in public. She had the body and all, but her face card was a 1 out of 10. So question for y'all. So question, would you accept a fit body and lower looks? Would you accept a fit body and lower looks, or you want the whole thing? Or a face card or a face card but a bigger body, a unshapely body. She pretty but she big girl. She pretty, but she not too in shape. Or would you accept a girl who was in shape, in perfect shape? I'm talking about body on 10. Body on 10. Shouts out to Lottery Guru. I appreciate it. Body on 10. So what if her body is on 10 and her face card is just, I've seen it. Surprise, Eagle Ray says the whole thing. Blake Bradley said, depend on how big she is. Depend on how big she is. We're not talking about super obese. She's just a big girl, right? She will be labeled big boned. Ninja. She'll be big boned, ninja. She ain't big, she's just big boned it. Ninja. You know how ninjas in the South. No, she just big boned, Ninja. She ain't big. She got some curves on her. You scared of that, Ninja. You scared of that. Right? But see, this is the problem. This is the problem in America, right? Even if you want it, even if you want it, even if you like for the men who have their standards up here, Moy, what's going on? For the men who have their standards up here, right? You can't even exercise your standards. You can't even exercise your standards because there are limited women who fit this category, right? This is why the conservatives, right? The men who have been talking about, oh, I gotta get me a traditional woman, I gotta get me a conservative. This is why they've been changing their political stance on their dating profiles because there is not that many beautiful, fit, attractive, conservative women, right? Blake Bradley says pretty face, nice teeth and curves could go hard. Yeah, could go hard. But like I said, even if we're talking about curvy women, I've seen curvy women who are in shape, right? We're talking about 5'5", 5'5", big hips, right? Big booty, right? But the waist is intact, right? Upper body, she has smaller boobs to medium boobs, right? 5'5". She may weigh around 185 to 190, right? Because she's on the thicker side, but she's in shape. She's in shape. Shouts out to Moy for the super chat. Y'all ninjas super chat because I'm in here cooking. Make sure y'all hit the link pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to build that mental tenacity, if you want to really build the mindset that is needed to survive in a new world, right? If you want to hear the knowledge that I'm not spitting here on YouTube, if you want to see all of my older videos, right? The After Pill archive, sign up for the Book of Forbidden Knowledge. You get the Book of Forbidden Knowledge. I just dropped the episode last night. I just dropped episode 4 last night, right? We're talking about pain over there. We're talking about what it requires to get through these doors, what it requires to get to the next level. Episode 4 has just now been released. So go over there and tap into the Book of Forbidden Knowledge. You also get the After Pill archives. I took some of my greatest videos filled up with knowledge down and I put it over there. So with the Book of Forbidden Knowledge, you get the Book of Forbidden Knowledge and you also get the After Pill archives over there. You want to check that out. Hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. Moy says, damn Tap, don't do this show because I have standards, LOL. And yes, we have these females out here, LOL. They are called the JUCO. Right? I'm just trying to let these ninjas know that even there's not many flatbacks either. This is my point. So if you like fit women in general, ninja, your pool, if you like black women, right? If you like black women, your pool shrinks to absolutely damn near zero because a lot of black women are not in shape. I just got to call a spade, right? A lot of black women are not in shape. It is what it is, right? So that drives down the pool to dang near zero, to dang near zero. They are out there, especially if you're concentrated in a bigger city. So we're talking about Dallas, Houston, L.A., Miami, right? New York, those places. They'll be scattered in those places, right? But then we move it on along, right? Even when we talk about flatbacks, even when we talk about in shape white women, right? They're barely there. I just broke down the statistics. More. They're barely there. We just went over the dating age. We just went over the dating age. So we went over 18 to 30. So 18 to 30. 18 to 30. How many women in America are between 18 and 30? It's only about 40 million women. Boom, that knocks that on down, right? Unless you like old bras. Now there are some old MILFs for you ninjas who like older MILFs, right? Ninja, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, white bot. Yeah, banned you for that. Yeah, you get on with that. We're not doing that. So we're talking about 18. We're talking about 18 to 30. Only 40 million. Only 40 million. So for you ninjas who like older women, right? For you ninjas who like MILFs and all of that stuff, right? Ninja, okay, you can probably have your way with some MILFs. There are some in shape MILFs. I'm not gonna lie. There are some MILFs. There are some moms, right? There are some soccer moms out there who can still get it, right? There are some soccer moms out there who can still get it. What? You still good, Ninja. You still, y'all seen that Ninja on Instagram? You still good. Some moms are baddies. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Are you ninjas really looking for to take on a single mom? Are you ninjas really looking to take on a mom, in general, right? For the most part, men are not just looking, I'm talking about dating. I'm not talking about smashing. I'm talking about dating. I'm not talking about smashing. Smashing is a different territory. Smashing is a different territory. All right. But got to be a MILF hunter, right? Like Anton said, never play another man's save game. That's crazy. That's crazy. I got to steal that. Tap, you seen the niggas going crazy for Rachel Nichols? She's 50. Let me look that up. Rachel Nichols? Let's see. Rachel Nichols? I never heard of her. Is she a snow bunny? Sounds like it. Her name is Rachel. Rachel Nichols. Let's see how she look. What? Yeah, I have seen her around. They going crazy for this. I mean, she cool. She ain't nothing to write home about. She's 50 now. She does look good to be 50. Now she looks great. She actually looks great to be 50. In shape, right? She doesn't look her age at all. I would say she looks to be around 35, right? If you just want to see, can y'all see that? I mean, she's a cool MILF. She's a cool MILF. Ninja. She's a cool MILF, right? And yeah, more I'm talking about dating, not smashing, right? Dating is completely different. Even smashing, like even your standards should be up regardless. You should only be Ninja, you should only be dealing with women who have high standards themselves and should be on your standards, right? Who should be on your standards, right? And we're talking about the prime beauty age between 18 and 30. Not saying that women older than 30, not saying that women older than 30 can't be also beautiful, fit, and friendly, right? But realistically, that cutoff, depending on your age, that cutoff is probably around 35, to be honest with you. 35. Do you have a small pool of women who can pull it off at 40 plus? Yeah. But then when you start talking about getting up in those age, you're talking about 40, she let herself go, Ninja, right? She probably entered into menopause. She stopped taking care of herself like that. She's stuck in her ways. Don't nobody want that trash. Don't nobody want that trash. Not saying all, but for the most part, most, right? So that cutoff realistically, because we got modern technology, we have modern medicine now, right? So that cutoff is really realistically around probably like 35, because I've seen some fine shit. I've seen some fine shit that's 30, 35, even 40. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, where they find her at? So it can be possible, especially for women who take care of themselves. But let's be honest, how many women are actually taking care of themselves? Right? Clearly not that many women when you're talking about even between, because even if I was to increase the age range, from 18 to 35, 18 to 40, that would still leave only 30% of women who are fit, who have a healthy BMI. It will still only leave 30% of women. So what does that tell you? Right? That the majority of women are not in shape, and not just women. Not just gonna get on the women. The majority of you ninjas are also not in shape. The majority of people. I broke down this statistic not too long ago, but I think it's approximately the same number. Around 20 to 30% of people in America, in general, of people in America that are in the gym and in shape. Right? So when I tell y'all to get in shape, I'm actually telling you to get into rare form. When I tell y'all to get in shape, I'm telling y'all to get into rare form. Because when you get into shape, you get that celebrity aura. You gain that celebrity aura, right? Because when you walk outside and you're all muscled up, you're fit, right? You can run 2 miles, ninja, right? You can bench 225, ninja. You curling shit. Both men and women look at you like, dang, he's rare, right? He's rare. Grant says, I feel like the average Latina Asian girl would stay by you though, stay by you through the good and bad times. I feel like the average white black girl will drop their man when things get tough. Am I wrong on that? No, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. And this is what I tell guys all the time. Really, in America, yes, both white and black women are on that trend, right? Even when we're talking about Latina women. So I'm in Texas. So your Tejanas, which is Texas born Mexicanas, right? Mexican American, whatever, however you want to flip it and twist it. A lot of the Latinas here in America are on that same shit. They're on that same bull crap, right? And I'm mostly around ninja. I'm mostly around Latinas. Like I come across everybody, white, black, Hispanic, a few Asians here and there, but for the most part, it depends on which Latinos you're talking about. It really depends because I'm not really bought with Latinas. I'm not bought with Latinas, right? I'm not bought with Latinas because I've experienced enough of them to know that they're on that real deal bull crap. And with Latinas, they know how to really finesse. They really know how to use their fake femininity. They know how to use their Latina power to really get in there and really get in your head and all of that stuff. Make you, and they're crazy too. Don't forget crazy. But for the most part, you are right. For the most part, you are right. But I would throw Latinas in that same ballpark with white girls and black girls in today's day and age, right? Most of the women that I've dated have been Latinas, so I know what I'm talking about. And then even when you go overseas, a lot of women are still on that bull crap. But I will put some Latinas, right? Grant, I would say some Latinas and I would say Asian girls for sure. I would say Asian girls for sure. They will when you talk about Taiwanese, when you talk about Vietnamese, right? When you talk about some Koreans, yeah, I will put Asian women up there when it comes to that, right? I will put Asian women up there when it comes to that. Grant says act like they're entitled to everything after giving nothing in a relationship. Yeah, but in America, you're gonna get caught up, with most of them doing that in the first place, right? See the thing about black women, black women don't care. So they're just gonna say, "Ew, get out my face, get out my face, lame. We only mess with Pookie. We only mess with rape." They gonna let you know, you're lame. You don't have no money. Your digging stick small. Blah 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 blah. They gonna let you know. See, white women, they're gonna, they know that they're white women. They know that ninjas be wanting white women, so they're gonna, use their words and talk to you in a soft manner and use their little femininity, use their white girl power, ninja, to fillet me on your ass, right? I've seen this firsthand. Right, that's why I tell guys, especially black guys and Hispanic guys who be wanting white girls. I'm like, hey, bro, listen, that's a whole different ball game you're gonna play over there, because they'll hit you with the switcheroo so fast, ninja. They'll hit you with the everything. They'll hit you with they'll cook, clean, ninja. She over there smiling, ninja. Hi, I'm going to yoga later. I packed your meal in the fridge, and I'll be back, and we can do that thing that we talked about. Right? They're gonna hit you with that all day, ninja. They're gonna hit you with that all day, and then one day she gonna be carrying a knife. To me, the white women are somewhat like the Latinas. The white women are somewhat like the Latinas. They cool, they sour. What's that candy commercial? First they're sour, and then they're no first they're sweet and then they're sour. No, first they're sour and then they sweet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They switch real fast, Ninja. They switch real fast. See, the only thing with Asian women, the Asian woman not gonna say a thing. Right? Grant says they'll hit you with that false domestication real quick, Ninja, real quick. Blake Bradley said they used to be, yeah, Sour Patch Kids, right? Blake Bradley said they used to be so easy and friendly. Yeah, white women used to be easy, man. White women used to be easy. Now they start hanging around. They start hanging around LaQuisha and them. They start hanging around. They start hanging around LaQuisha and them, right? They start hanging around. What's the name? Moy, you said they were never easy. That's cap. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is cap. That is cap. Women have always been women since the playground. Yeah, but we're talking about why? No. At least from my perspective, at least from a black dude's perspective, brown dude's perspective, right? There's a bunch of like you got to realize white women. I mean, there's a bunch of them. There's more white women than white men, right? And then you got to realize if you line them up, if you line a bunch of blondes up together, Ninja, you would think that you in the Matrix, Ninja, because it's just like, okay, Ninja, like which one do I pick? Okay, she's petite, she's blonde, she has blue eyes, right? She has hazel eyes, but damn, like which one do I pick? Can I have them all? Can I have them all? Are y'all sisters? Ninja, when you go to certain places, Ninja, if you go to a place like University of Alabama, for you guys who like football, if you ever been to a TSU game, if you ever been to an Alabama game, Ninja, go to a place like or University of Georgia, go to one of those games, Ninja. Go to one of those games and just look around. Look around at all the girls who are there, right? Because it's a mostly white population when it comes to those those big D1 schools, Alabama, TSU, stuff like that. Ninja, you would think that you walked into the Matrix, how similar and how they just all look alike, right? You got to realize white women are in super competition, right? White women are in super competition. I'm talking about they are extremely competitive, right? Because they really have to stand out. Because okay, she's in the gym. Okay, her friend is in the gym too, right? She just got her little strawberry blonde. She just put her little strawberry blonde in. It's looking all nice. Her friend just got her strawberry blonde too, right? She's petite, right? She got some little bitty itties, right? Nice little bubble booty back there. Her friend got a little bitty itties and a nice bubble booty too. Ninja, they look almost similar. Ninja, like they have to compete like it ain't no tomorrow, right? They have to compete like it's no tomorrow, right? Now versus like let's say black women for instance. Now all you got to do is get into shape. Black women, all you got to do is get into shape, and you'll stand out from the crowd like that. We'll spot you from a mile away if you're a black woman. Latina woman, if you can last past 25 without becoming a torta, you won. If you're a Latina, and if you can last past 25 without becoming a torta, Ninja, without becoming a gordita, you won. You won. Ninja, I'm in here spitting facts, man. Facts. But for me personally, white women have been easy for me. I mean, it could just been me. White women have always been easy for me. I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem with my standard white women, like nice, petite, right, pretty in the face, right, good to go, right. I've never had an issue, right. And because if you like I said, if you really think about it, I mean, if you're just something that they're not used to seeing, right? They're gonna want, regardless of race. If you're just something that they're not used to seeing, you're gonna stand out. You're gonna stand out. Blake Bradley says, "Same here. I just stay away from them." Blake Bradley, ain't you a white guy, Blake? You said you stay away from them. Moy says, "Yeah, white woman always been easy for me, and black chicks hate me because I read books and know how to write." Yeah, that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. And to be honest with you, real life story, black women have always been a struggle for me my whole life. If y'all really want the, the truth, black women have always been hard for me my whole life, right? Because I've always been like, I've never got in tune with all the Pookie-ish nonsense, right? I've never got into all of the Ray nonsense. Oh, Black, okay. I never got into like all the riff raff, right? The gang banging. Yes, I've gotten in trouble, but I've never been that guy. I've always read my books, Ninja. I've been in spelling bees. My GPA graduated with a 3.0, right? I love books, Ninja. I've read every single version of Harry Potter books, Ninja, right? I've always stayed in the house, right? Always pretty much stayed out of trouble for the most part. Never got into major trouble, right? Stayed, in my books, right? Went to college. Like I've always like that, and then being the way that I speak now, I do switch up my lingo. Clearly, I switch up my lingo, but my default setting, I speak with sense. I speak, you know, the common English, Ninja, right? And that never really, I guess never really been something that they liked like that, because they'll be like, yep, boy, but they will always be like, oh, they'll say stupid shit like, oh, you whitewash. I've even had Latina say that. I've had Latinas say the same thing, like, oh, just talking that talk, and talking about, oh, this restaurant, that restaurant, oh, I've been here, and oh, I like to do this, I stay in a gym, like, oh, you whitewash, or if I stay on this side of town, like, oh, why you stay on that side of town? Why you don't stay on this side of town? It's like, oh, you whitewash. So like a Latina told me that. I'm like, what the world? So Ninja, you can't win. You go where you accept it. You go where you accept it. So like my whole life, I've always struggled with at least the bonquishas in them, right? But even when you talk about your educated black woman, those type women, they go for the same type of dudes. And in general, women in general in America, they go for like the bad boy type. They go for the bad boy archetype. So you'll even see a Sydney Sweeney. You'll see a Sydney Sweeney go for Pookie, right? It don't matter, bro. I've seen this firsthand. You'll still see a Sydney Sweeney type chick, right? A goody two shoe type chick who's raised 2-parent household in the suburbs. She'll still get a Pookie boyfriend. She'll still get a Ray boyfriend. You said I'm not black, so why do black educated women even go for the Pookies? That's what I'm explaining, right? It's just like what they see as dominant, what they see as, masculine, right? Hyper masculinity, right? That's what they see. But even if you've ever been to college, even the suburban girls, right, bro? If you were a hood type of dude, right? Smart hood dude, and you went to college, especially to a mixed school, right? Or even a PWI, predominantly white institution, bro. A hood dude can still clean up campus. Say it's because maybe the women have no standards. They don't want to level up, so they go with men with no standards. That's that too. That's a part of the problem. But at the same time, like I said, these dudes can still go, bro. You know how many hood dudes that were on campus cleaning a white woman up, Ninja, by the bus loads, by the bus loads. Y'all, you're gonna have to super chat. You're gonna have to super chat. But they would clean it. They would clean the white girls up by the busload. I'm talking about coming in there with gold teeth, ninjas like, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, you see it. You see it. Don't you see the gold teeth? Ninjas like this. Ninja standing outside of the gas station like this. Ninja like this. Yeah, baby. You see it. Ninja standing outside the gas station. Gold teeth ninja, gold chain ninja. Pulling up in a SLS ninja, Hellcats. Ninja taking all the blunts. Taking all the snow bunnies. Ninja have them four at a time in the car. Ninja. So, bro, like you got to understand, women just be wanting that bad. They want the bad boy archetype, right? That's why you gotta have. That's why you gotta fine tune your personality, right? If you gonna deal with women, you have to fine tune your personality. Like, for you lames out there, for you lames, you can't just be a complete lame. Like for me, like I eventually fine tune my personality. So okay, get the fuck off my channel. The fuck you talking about? Come over here talking about some just answer the question, ninja. The fuck you talking to? Just answer the question, ninja. Just super chat, ninja. Just super chat. The hell you talking about? You talking about some just answer the question? Get your ass off my channel. Anyway, where was I, ninja? Where was I? Hansel Barber says I have gold caps and I was getting a psychology major and a PhD and PhD woman. Yeah. Even me, I'm about to fine tune. I'm about to fine tune my look some more, right? Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna be like, oh, Tap, what? Tap, is that you, ninja? Yeah, I'm about to fine tune some more. But oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Even me, I had to fine tune my personality, not to just necessarily be the bad guy or the bad boy archetype, but to just, mix in a little mysteriousness, just mix in a little mystiqueness, right? Got to be mysterious, right? So now when women see me, they're curious, right? They're curious. They wonder like, dang, who is this guy? He's quiet. Like I can feel his aura, like masculine. It's the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way that you talk, the way that you speak, right? Talk with a little swagger. Talk with a little, talk with a little, talk with a little, right? You still got to talk with a little, right? So now, I fine tune my personality to a woman don't know who I am, right? She don't know which way to go. She don't know how to address me, right? That's how you want it, right? You don't want to be the lame, right? Because a woman can tell you a lame right off the back. Yeah, he's lame. Look at this duck, right? Look at this lame. Look at this goofy right here, ninja, right? But when you carry yourself a certain way, when you've been working on yourself, right? When you fine tuned your personality, fine tuned the way that you present to the world, oh yeah, they start treating you a little different. So I've had to do that, right? I've had to do that, right? Pookies, you said Pookies annoy me. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Oh, I didn't see this, Mr. Pokerus. My own mother bought a shirt for me, and her reason was since you like to dress like a white boy, I wear all black because black is slimming. That's crazy. That's crazy. You have to be 50-50 polite and gentleman, but also bad. Yep. You gotta have a mix. You can't be a whole lame, right? You can't be a whole nerd, right? Mix it up a bit, right? Take the glasses off, put on some contacts, ninja. Right? Take the boots off, ninja. Take the boots off, put on some Sperry's, ninja. Right? Put on some loafers, ninja. Right? Go get a button down, ninja. Right? They want James Bond. Yep. But some things you can't change. Like some things you can't change. Right? It's either you get down with it or you don't. It's either you get down with it or you don't. Right? There is no changing it. But yeah, man. So What do you guys think about these statistics? Right? And it may seem like you may come across right. Honestly, one of these days, okay. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna post up. I think I'm gonna post up somewhere. I think I'm gonna post up somewhere and just allow y'all to see how many fat people, how many fat women there actually are. Right? I think I'm gonna just post up. I should just post up at the mall or something. Post up at a heavy spot and just sit there. Just sit there and allow y'all to see like how many fat people, how many fat women, out of shape women are just walking through. Right? That's real. I was living with my girlfriend Dawn for a while, and I come around her friends, and they just be big hater. I took the glasses off, and I went from Steve to Stefan. Yep, that's how it is. My parents are white, so I'll never be accepted by the black community. That's not true. What are you talking about? Don't conflate two different things, right? You have several different. Every is not a monolith. Nobody's a monolith. I don't care if you're talking about blacks, white, or Latinos, or whoever you're talking about. Nobody's a monolith. You can't just put something on every group of people. Put it on just a black community, right? Just because you think that, which is not true. A lot of the guru says black people treat the token white guy as one of us. What is he talking about? Yeah, you got. That's why I said it's not a. You can't be a monolith. I've been in several different. What's the word I'm looking for? Factions. I've been in several different factions of groups. Right. I've seen the whole emo groups of black people. I've seen the whole corporate side of black groups who don't accept or abide by the Pookie-ish and the Bonquisha-ness, right? I've seen the ghetto side. I've seen, bro. It's several different factions, right? And that's where things like when you go to the military, when you go to college, it opens up your eyes to plenty of different things. Everybody's not the same. I don't care what culture you're talking about, who you're talking about. Nothing is one and the same. Sure, could there be some generalities, right? Could there be some generalities? Sure. But as far as just throwing a blanket over everybody, nah, it's not true. A lot of groups said factions go downtown. It's crazy how Americans are overweight. Yeah, but I see it every day. I just go outside. Just sit there. Just sit at the gas station. Just sit at the gas station. Just sit at the gas station. You'll see fatty after fatty after fatty, fatty after fatty after fatty, right? And it's ridiculous because me being in the gym, I thought that more people were in shape just because I'm in the gym all the time. But then when I actually researched the statistics and broke down the numbers, right? When I broke down the numbers of how many people actually have a gym membership, right? Boom, you got this amount of people who have gym memberships. But then it doesn't matter if you have a gym membership, you have to break that down into how many of those gym memberships are frequent goers, right? Right? Frequent goers who are actually in shape, right? So then those statistics come down drastically. You're talking about, like I said, around 30 to 35% of Americans are actually in shape, in tip-top shape. 30 to 35 Americans. The rest are overweight. They're overweight to obese, right? Then you got high blood pressure, heart disease that is very prominent, right? Different cancers that are very prominent. Americans are not in good shape at all. True Tap, that is right. I misspoke, but what I mean to say that in modern times, the Pookie black man is idolized, and if you're not the type of black or brown person, you get in trouble. Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, I get that. I get that. You'll even have, bro. I've seen it to where you'll even have white people try to shame you. I've seen this shit too. You even have white people try to shame you for not being the black type, or not being the Pookie type. I've seen that shit too. Like I just said, I've had a Latina talk about, oh, you're whitewash, you're whitewash. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But I've definitely experienced even white people be like, you're not the black type. I'm like, You need first of all, you need to move around, Ninja. You need to get out of your bubble and actually meet people, Ninja. Take a flight sometimes, Ninja. Chadwick, what's going on? Take a flight sometimes, Ninja. Right? Get out of your bubble. Many people are so stuck in their bubble, right? This is why my mind has exceeded like many people because they're stuck in their bubble. Ninja's stuck in Texas. All they know is Texas. Ninja, all they know is Orlando, Ninja. All they know is Houston. All they know is LA, right? Many people don't get outside. Most people have never been outside of the country, right? Most people do not travel, have never been to another city or multiple cities, right? Chadwick says, have you been to the UK? No, I have not been to the UK, but I will get out there though. I will get out there, right? And I've been on this thing for an hour, man. Somebody drop another super chat. I've been in here cooking, Ninja. I've been dropping gems and statistics, Ninja. Come on now, y'all need to support the channel. Become a member. Become a member. And also, check out the Patreon. Check out the Patreon down there, pinned to the top of the chat. Check out that Patreon down there, pinned to the top of the chat. Right? I'm over there spitting even deeper knowledge than what I spit over here. Right? I hold myself back just a tad bit on YouTube because a lot of men over here, they don't want to actually get the knowledge. They don't want to really change their minds. They don't really want to change their perspective. They don't want to change the way that they think. Right? So if you want to change the way that you think, if you want to really dominate, right, 2025 and beyond with your mind, with your belief system, with certain frameworks, check out that Patreon. Check out the Patreon. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Go over there and sign up for the Patreon. No, it's not free, you stupid ninjas. Nope, it is not free, you stupid ninjas. Right? So if you want something free, Ninja, this is about as free as you gonna get. Right? So you should go to Thailand. Yeah, I'm planning a trip to Thailand, but it's some other spots I need to hit before I hit Thailand. I definitely need to plan my trip back to the DR again. I want to go to Colombia as well. So Colombia trip going to be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. So Colombia trip is coming very soon, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming soon. If you can't travel outside the country, at least travel within the U.S. Yep, yep. But most people, they don't even want to do that. More says, on my way to the bank. Don't say it on here, Ninja. Somebody may be listening, Ninja. Somebody may be listening. But anyway, I've been talking long enough, Ninjas. I've been talking long enough. Ninjas ain't supporting. I can't go over an hour if Ninjas ain't supporting the show. Can't go over an hour if Ninjas ain't supporting the show. Thoughts about going to Mexico. Ninja, they got a little bit too much going on in Mexico for me right now. Do I take creatine? Yes. Thoughts about going to Mexico? I mean, Mexico cool. I mean, it's right here. I mean, I'm in Texas, so it's nothing to really catch a flight over to Tijuana or Mexico City or Cancun or anything like that. I mean, that's nothing to take a trip over there. But I feel like, I don't know, as of right now with the U.S. Mexico relations, it's not really too friendly right now. I mean, I've seen some videos where people saying it's all right, especially if you just remain in the tourist zones. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I may just go over there, just a simple little weekend or something. I mean, it's nothing. That's what, a 2-hour flight from Dallas to Mexico. I mean, you may have that's probably like a 45-minute to an hour flight to Houston, right? Probably less than that. And then you have a layover in Houston, go straight into Mexico. So, yeah. But yeah. But anyway, we're gonna end this off with the creed of the outline. Make sure y'all hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. Check out the Patreon. Right? I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build, but others were too weak to imagine. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me, but I didn't bend and I didn't fold, and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd. I walk above it. I see through the mask and I speak with conviction forged in pain and clarity. Every betrayal carved focus into my soul. Every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My legacy is non-negotiable. My mission is not optional. and my time is coming. I am built for this, and I will win. Created the outlier. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Make sure you hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. Check out the Patreon. Check out the locals, and also doing coaching calls. Hit that link if you want to get your mind right, get your body right, all of that stuff. Who else said something in here? And that's all it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.